This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Whether you're looking for that last card to complete your online deck or just to get the latest booster packs in town, they literally have everything, and you can use the coupon code ZAPDOISTCG for 5% off on your complete order. Then there's also Cardmarket.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day to get rid of cards that I don't need, to get the cards that I really need for competitive tournaments. Also, this video is sponsored by YourPlaymat.com. This is a website to create your own custom playmat. Ideal for the new season. Upload your favorite wallpaper or unique logo and they turn it into a beautiful playmat. You can get 10% off by clicking the link down below, and they ship worldwide, so definitely check it out. Last but certainly not least is DragonShield.com. There are links down below for Europe and US people all alike, and you're gonna be able to, of course, buy sleeves, binders, and deck boxes, which, of course, Dragon Shield is the best brand out there to protect those beautiful cards. The sleeves are very good. As you can see, they shuffle really well, and I definitely recommend everybody getting a couple of these sleeves. Thanks for sticking around with the commercials, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace! Sup YouTube, it's ZAPDOISTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Today we're actually going to be taking a look at the Champions League of Yokohama. That's right, in Japan there was a tournament with over 3,000 players. 3,166 to be exact, and we're going to be checking out the top 16 deck list today. So we're going to have a little bit of an understanding what to expect for the Peoria regionals coming up actually next weekend. So what we see here is a lot of Lost Zone boxes. So the Lost Zone engine with Comfy is legit. With Colors' experiment, people say like, will this actually see any play, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be as consistent like the Inteleon engine, but it has been confirmed. It is powerful, it is here to stay, and you're going to be seeing a whole lot of it at the Peoria regionals. So we're going to be checking out the first place winning list of Shota Nakayo. So the first place winning list is none other than Giratina. That's right, Giratina VSTAR is actually a card that is seeing a ridiculous amount of play, and for good reason. This is the first place winning list, by the way. So I actually was making a tier list about like 1 month ago, and I was placing Giratina in tier 1. A lot of people were questioning that, like, is it even tier 1? Maybe it's tier 1.5. So I don't think it's that good as Palkia, but I was right at the end. This is a tier 1 deck, and for good reason. It is having, of course, the Lost Impact, slapping 280 flat, and also having Star Raikou being able to one-hit KO anything in the game. So this specific list is not playing any Manaphy. So they actually just play around Radiant Greninja with the Moonlight Shuriken by just scooping up their Comfies when the time is right. You just use Comfy with the Flower Selecting on top of Colors' experiment. We've already seen a deck like this work out on the channel. The only new things in this list is the Roxanne. Roxanne is very great, and I suggest everybody including at least 1 copy of that, because it helps so much in the mirror match. I've seen a lot of Lost Zone engine decks stack up hands over like 10 cards, 13 cards throughout the course of the game because of Flower Selecting. They are not running Marnie or anything, so their hand becomes ridiculously huge. A Roxanne that is perfectly timed will work in a lot of mirror matches. The list is also playing 2 copies of Escape Rope for those pesky Empoleon Vs. People that are playing Empoleon V rather should be playing 2 copies to actually stand a chance and shut down the basic abilities that don't have rule boxes. Cramorant, a perfect Pokemon with a Spit Innocently. If there's 4 cards in the Lost Zone, you can slap for 110 damage for free. And then there's Sableye. The Lost Mine is actually way better than I gave it credit for. The Sableye makes a huge difference. It also makes people think, should I be playing 70 HP Sobbles instead of 60 HP Sobbles? Because the Lost Mine spreading 12 damage counters across the board is actually super huge. The Oranguru also protects yourself from nasty Marnies. Sometimes the deck actually crumbles against something like Marnie. And also something that I found very awkward is that this list is not running any stadiums. Instead, they just run 1 copy of the Lost Vacuum. but it works out for them. They are actually playing 4 Scoop Up Net, 2 Switches, an Air Balloon, and 2 Escape Rope. So they really want to be digging with Comfy as soon as the first turn, like dig, and then boom, out of nowhere, play the Mirage Gates. They are able to play Water-type energies, that helps them out with the Moonlight Shuriken, and they also have Energy Recycler to just reutilize the Radiant Greninja as well. So a very nice strat here, slapping 90 damage to 2 targets, very, very great. So you have your 1 prize Pokemon in the form of Cramorant and a Radiant Greninja, then Giratina, a 3-3 line of the Giratina in here. So making sure they don't whiff out, because sometimes those flower selectings can actually become very, very tense. I do like the inclusion of Tool Jammer. That was also in my original build of Giratina VSTAR, so I'm glad the Japanese people agree with me here that it is a stay in a deck like this. So that's the first place winning list. Let's check out the second place of Yakuza Kumakawa, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. What do we see here? Ew, look at this. This is actually some sort of a Lost Zone box with 3 copies of Sableye. They really want to be digging through the deck. They're playing Switch cards. They're playing 4 Escape Rope. They are actually playing 4 Scoop Up Net as well. So what they're doing, they're also playing Serena, which is actually a card that is not legal quite yet. We will be getting that in Silver Tempest. It is actually draw cards until you have 5 cards in hand, or use a boss's orders, this effect, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty much, if you don't know, you can also swap this for a boss's orders, and you should be fine to actually recreate this exact 60. 2 Lost Vacuum to make sure with 2 Air Balloon, you're going to be able to, and 3 Pokestop, you're going to be able to have, of course, the condition of Sableye as soon as the second turn. That's what this deck is capable of. Just use like all the Escape Ropes, the Switch cards, Scoop Up Nets until there's like so many cards in the Lost Zone on top of Carl's Experiment. Use the Lost Vacuum, helps out. 1 card in the Lost Zone, 1 Tool card or Stadium in the Lost Zone, helps out a ton. And then you spread around with Sableye. Spread damage. There's nothing that can stop the Sableye. And then you can swing with Radiant Charge in the late game as well. Like this list as well. Purely focus on 1 prize Pokemon. And because of the fact they're playing so many Escape Ropes, flying Pikachu is not an issue. Also, flying Pikachu seems to be absent from this top 16, which makes me think, like, is it even viable? This is a classic Inteleon Palkia list, so Palkia VSTAR. Not a lot to say here. This is something we've come to see. There's a lot of Western deck lists that are just exactly the same. This list is running the one-off Rare Candy. I actually was playing against Elena as well on stream in the Bilbao special event. They were also playing the Rare Candy. Helps out to attack with Aqua Bullet a little bit faster, but this list is actually running 2 Aqua Bullet Inteleon as well as 1 Quick Shooter. And they actually cut down on specific cards here. What else? We don't see Empoleon in here, a very crazy, not included in here, crazy. Also, only 1 Battle VIP pass. That's something I do find peculiar. Typically, you would see, like, they cut down on 1 Inteleon, they cut down on maybe a Quick Ball, and they add in 4 Battle VIP passes or something like that, because they really want to be piloting and getting all these Sobbles out early. And this list is only running 60 HP Sobbles, so that's why it got caught in the crossfire with all those Sableye action. Let's see here, the 4th place was with Taiga Iwawa. The 3rd place was at Tsuya Nakai. So let's see here, 4th place list of the Palkia. Pretty similar. We do see that they are playing the Crobat V in this list. Other than that, it's the exact same 60. Just a Crobat for additional consistency. Then Mew VMAX. What is in the Mew VMAX list from Japan? Let's check it out, folks. Okay, what do we see here? This is a special energy, a defensive energy to take like 30 less damage from V Pokemon. So don't take this card into consideration quite yet because of the fact that this card needs to come out in Silver Tempest. Maybe cut this for another card of your liking, maybe a 3rd copy of Alessa Sparkle or whatever. Maybe a 4th copy of Battle VIP Pass is even more like intelligent in my opinion, so swap that. But other than that, they've cut down on Oricorio. They added in Deoxys as a 3rd 1 prize Pokemon, so that means they can attack with Meloetta, they can attack with Deoxys, they can attack with Meloetta again, so they have options here. Very, very cool to see. There's 4 copies of Pokemon Catcher. So typically you would see like 3 copies of Pokemon Catcher, then 2 copies of Boss. Also, this list is running 3 copies of Lost City. So they actually added in Marnie because Marnie works out miracles against Lost Zone engine decks. I understand that completely. Also, the Lost City helps out against decks like Regigigas, but also against those pesky Lost Zone boxes. You can just Lost Zone Charizard, you can Lost Zone the Cramorants or the Sableyes, and sometimes they do run out of attackers, which is super nice. Like Lost City combined with Marnie, super great for the Mew VMAX. Will this be a mainstay in Peoria and the Mew decks? Who knows, because a lot of Western Mew lists are now cutting down on Meloetta entirely and went just full Pokestop mode. So we're gonna see if that works out. Also, they cut down on Pumpkaboo, instead going for Lost Vacuum instead. So Mew doesn't get a huge amount of updates, but the Lost City is probably the most notable one. More Palkia showing up. So Palkia is just tier 1 on top of Mew VMAX, on top of Giratina, as I expected in my tier list. Another Palkia list, very classic here, but this list is running Big Charm and also is running the Temple of Sinnoh. Temple of Sinnoh is of course able to shut down special energies. For instance, it works out miracles against the Regigigas. I don't know if Regigigas is going to be that great with the next set, but yeah, there's at least one copy of the Regigigas in the top 16, so it's still underrated because sometimes it breaks a lot, but if they can find the exact 60, it will work out. And also because of the huge amount of Empoleon, yeah, people are afraid of me playing the Regis. Okay, here comes another Lost Zone box, and this box is a little bit more techy, utilizing counter strategies. They have the Galarian Zapdos, they have the Raikou, they have the Drapion, so they're expecting like Mew VMAX. You can finish it off with Drapion. Raikou finishes off stuff like Palkia. Early game you can swing with Cramorants, and you have the Sableye to spread damage. They're also expecting Regigigas, so they're playing the one copy of Ice Cube with the block phase to just if you scoop everything up of your field and utilize Ice Cube, you just win the game against that matchup, which is hilarious as a tech card. Again, this Serena probably is going to become like 2 Boss's Orders if we're totally being honest, and the list is having so many different energies that you do need 3 copies of Ordinary Rod and the double Training Court here. But also the Snorlax, a huge attacker in the Lost Zone boxes, slapping 180 damage with the Thumping Snore. And it also is a rare holographic in the set of Lost Origin. I like this list. It's super checky, so probably not going to be for me because I just like my decks very consistent, as you all know. But this is working miracles if you want to counter. And also, something huge that I see here as Arceus VSTAR absent from the top 16. Arceus VSTAR, where are you? Where are you, go? Where did you go? Another Arc Intel list here. We don't see all the lists quite yet, so we don't see all the lists. So we do see just a huge amount of Palkia still being around. And that's just a classic build here. This list is playing Collapse Stadium instead though. Could be helping out to discard a Palkia with damage on. And personally, if all these lists are not running Empoleon, it seems like Empoleon is not a big deal over in Japan. Probably because everybody's having a high amount of Escape Rope. It does make sense, right? Because of everybody playing Escape Rope, you either need 2 Empoleons or you don't. And that's actually what we're seeing here. Another version with Big Charm and the Temple of Sinnoh. So, what can we conclude here in Japan? Lost Zone boxes are huge. Giratina won it all entirely. Only like 2 Giratinas in top 16. And the most notable thing is that Sushishi Yamashita, I don't know if I can pronounce that correctly, sorry if I didn't, actually got like top 8 with Rotom. I don't have the exact 60 for the Rotom deck, but we have to be testing out Rotom because it seems that in a 3,166 player tournament, Rotom actually got top 8, so we need to be respecting the Rotom, right? Also want to see what the Regigigas deck was rocking, but other than that, Palkia is still obviously tier 1, there's no denying that. Giratina comes in as a new contender for BDIF, and then Lost Zone boxes are super popular. Are they the best version ever? Who knows, but the Lost Zone boxes are here. Probably going to be the new best one price archetype. Sableye is huge. Get your copy of Sableyes while they are fresh, folks, because they actually will increase in value. And if we can compare that to, like, let's say, let's go to the Western meta over here. Let's go to tournaments. We're at play.limitlesstcg.com, by the way. Shout out to Limitless, the best fellas in the world for organizing tournaments and stuff. So let's just take the late night, for instance. What do we see here in the Western world? A huge amount of Kyurem VMAX. So we do see those Lost Zone boxes. We do see that Inteleon is here. Also Giratina winning again. So Giratina is great. Lost Zone box is great. Arc Intel is great. And it seems that the Western world just is in love with Kyurem. That's something we can see here. Kyurem, if you want to have an understanding of what a deck list looks like for Kyurem, this is a deck list for Kyurem, and the Western world is actually playing 2 copies of Empoleon, but these are just online results, and this is not taken into consideration that Japan did not actually play any Kyurem. But I wonder what was in the top 32. We're going to be talking more about like very great decks in the near future, so definitely subscribe if you enjoyed this run through of the top 16 list of course, the Japanese League in Yokohama. Be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It helps out in many ways. I'm super grateful. Go check out our sponsors, PoketownStore.com, the best place to get TCGO code cards. You can use that sweet coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off your order. Also, go check out cardmarket.com for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapDosTCG to help support the channel. There's Dragon Shield to get your sleeves, binders, and deck boxers. There's, of course, links for US and European people. And then last but not least is yourplaymat.com to create your own custom playmat for the new season. Get 10% off by clicking the link down below, and they ship worldwide, so definitely check it out. So the question becomes, what will you play at the Peoria Regionals or at your next regionals? Maybe you're going to the Lille Regionals next month. I want to know what caught your interest, right? Will we expect Kyurem to actually make a deep run in the Western tournaments? And will the Lost Zone boxes fizzle out to Empoleons, or will people just leave the Empoleons at home? I want to hear your opinions down below in the comments. Thanks for watching another video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. This was ZapDosTCG signing out.